I'm Sproins, welcome back to FTB Beyond. Since the last episode, I've done a little bit of work around the base. I've went ahead and cleared out a bunch of land, just flattened everything, and oops. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of this land here, but it's here if we need it. I also built this thing. I'm not the best at building, so please don't make fun of me, but I do kind of like this. I built it out of living rock. This did take a lot of living rock. I have a little bit of living wood over here just to contrast, give it a little bit something else to look at than all of this white. But I wanted like a observation area, and I think this looks all right. It definitely serves the purpose of an observation area. I have a little sunroof with cleared white stained glass and some more of the cleared white stained glass. I might actually change this to a different color, maybe, I don't know, blue or something, just because it is a lot of white. And I'm not really sure what I want to do with the rest of this for right now. I might have rooms back here. It's not very safe right now. Mobs can just wander in whenever they want, so I might want to put some fences up or something. But yeah, and then it has like a side entrance here. I used just regular stone and chiseled cobblestone, kind of just to make a little transition. But yeah, that's that. Anyway, yeah, today what I think I want to do is see if we can automate mana. Because I would like to get a little bit more into Botania, and now that we have this set up here, I'm thinking that maybe there's a way to... This is running fine, by the way. I added a storage drawer here just to make sure that seeds don't get caught up in the system, because there's no reason for us to have seeds right here. We don't really need it. But I'm thinking because we have all this toast and this is always full, we can take some of the spare toast and maybe convert it into mana. There's a flower that will eat any kind of food and convert it into mana. And let's actually look at the Let's go Botania. So this is all that we're going to need for today. So where is it? Yeah, the Gourmeriolus. Okay, gourmet flower. Let's call it that. So the gourmet flower, it'll eat up any food and in a small area around it and turn it into mana. There's a catch: it can only digest a single food at any given time. The mana is created when it's done. Any other food it finds, it'll also devour. So we need to kind of set up a way that we can feed it at just the right time. Feed it, give it long enough to digest and turn it into mana, and then feed it again. So that way we're not wasting any of the bread that we're sending to it. I do have an idea for doing that. To craft one of these, and I think we're going to start with one. We do need these runes, so rune of summer, rune of fire. So let's check out the recipe. Shift click to see the recipe. So we will need melons. I'm not sure if I have melons. It looks like we'll also need a runic altar. So there's the recipe for that. Not too bad. We can use either a mana diamond or a mana pearl. I don't have any ender pearls, but you can just throw a diamond in a mana pool to get mana diamond. It does use quite a bit of mana. It's not too bad though. Let's see here. I think I want to hit back actually. And then we're going to need a rune of air and a rune of earth. So not too bad. Mana powder looks like glowstone dust, sugar, redstone, pretty much any kind of powder it looks like. In the mana pool will give us mana powder. Same thing, pretty similar recipe with the rune of earth. Block of coal, mushroom, some more mana powder. What is the... Oh yeah, we already looked at that. And then rune of fire. So rune of fire is nether warts. I have plenty of netherrack for the nether bricks. I don't have nether warts. Shift click to see recipe. We can drop a blaze rod, but I don't have blaze rods. I don't have a catalyst, which catalyst requires blaze rods anyway, and a mana pearl. So I might have to find an alternate way of getting nether wart. I don't know if one exists. Let's take a quick look. Nether wart, what? How can we get nether warts? Don't think, no. Ooh, mushroom with the atomic reconstructor. This atomic reconstructor actually additions is pretty powerful mod actually. So yeah, I will be able to get nether wart. So now that we know the recipe, I'm going to go ahead and gather everything that I need, and then we can craft this stuff together. All right, and then hopefully we will be able to start generating some mana. This is also going to take a little bit more tech stuff too. I think I'm going to need like an RF Tools timer. Actually, that might be all that I need. I might also want to make a dispenser instead of an open crate. I tested it in a test world and the open crate was having a little bit of issues, but yeah, anyway, let me go ahead and gather some stuff up and we will get into doing this today. Alright, I think we're ready to craft the first rune, so let's go ahead and grab our runic altar. I don't think runic altar recipes require mana, but just in case, we'll put it down right here next to the mana pool. So here's our recipe. We need stone, block of coal, mushroom, mana powder, mana steel ingot. I have all of those things except I forgot to grab stone. So let's go in here. Should have some stone smelting. Should be pretty much done. We'll just take this much because that's how much was finished. Alright, so, and I think all we have to do is just right click with everything. Mana steel. We need to turn this into mana powder. Alright, and then a mushroom. So I guess it's doing its thing, maybe? Alright, so I read the manual and it said that we do need to supply mana, so that's what I'm doing. And it looks like everything's going well. So yeah, apparently just placing the mana spreader right above a mana pool will allow it to take, and lots of particle effects. I don't think we're using too much mana. It says that it's done. Oh, we need to... What do we need? A living rock? Right click? Left click, maybe? Shift right click. Throw down. Oh, okay. Throw one down. And then right click. There we go. Cool. So that gives us 2. Yeah, you can see I've obviously never done this before, but yeah. Right, so now we have 2 runes of earth. Alright, so let me get the stuff that we need for the next runes. Alright, the next recipe is cooking up here. I hope I have enough mana to craft all the runes that I need to complete this, but let's go ahead and get this ready. Got my wand ready. Right, I can go ahead and place that down, so that's good. And any time now. I do like this. This is pretty neat. And anytime. Oh. Just waiting on me. Alright, I'll remember that next time. Once the little timer thing is done, that means that the recipe's done. Alright, so now we can craft, I guess, the more advanced runes. So, Rune of Summer. I have to see if I have any melons. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any melon seeds, so that means I'm going to have to, I guess, take a trip. I think you can find them randomly in dungeon chests, but I need to, I guess, go exploring. So earlier, off camera, I've already went ahead and, let's see, here. So here's where we are, right? I went like 5,000 blocks out this way looking for a jungle biome because I wanted coconuts, or not coconuts, but cocoa beans for, I wanted brown dye for something, and yeah, I didn't find any. So I know there's no jungle that way, so maybe I'll explore in this direction instead. But hope isn't very high. Hopefully I can find some and I don't have to spend hours and hours and hours searching around. I wonder if maybe... Oh yeah, by the way, if you're wondering about this mycelium, there was an accident. I accidentally put the mushroom, instead of putting it in the atomic reconstructor, I threw it in the mana pool and it gave me like some weird seed, and I right-clicked the seed on the grass just to see what it would do, and it turned it all into mycelium. So I have mycelium now a little bit here. Anyway, so yeah, I wonder if this we have the glider. Yes. Okay, so there's the Ender IO glider, which takes dark steel. Then there's a regular old hang glider. So how do we make this? Sack, scaffolding, advanced hang glider, elytra. Ooh, we might want to look into making one of those at some point. Reinforced glider wing. Dark solarium ingot. I think that's a little bit beyond where we are currently. I'm going to see if I can craft this and go around and explore and hopefully be able to find some melons, because I would really like to make this flour today. I already have everything else that I need, just waiting for the melon. Alright, so finally I found a jungle biome. It's only about 4,600 blocks away. So yeah, I already collected everything that I need. I got some jungle saplings, I got the melons, I got some cocoa beans, and I also picked up a few amaranth saplings. It looks really cool. Makes this amaranth wood. I'm not sure if you can find it anywhere else beside the jungle. But anyway, check out this pretty awesome combo. I made a slime sling, and I have some slime boots just to absorb any fall damage that I take. And I also made this hang glider. I think I showed that before I went on my journey, but check this out. This is pretty cool. So slime sling and activate the hang glider, and yeah, we get plenty of speed, and we can just cruise along here. So because I'm recording and because there's a ton of leaves there, things are going to pop in pretty slowly, but yeah, it's pretty cool, fast way to travel. So I will meet you back at the base. Alright, we're back. Let's do this. Better grab my wand here. And that one's going to take a little bit of time. Also, I'm not sure why, but these nether warts aren't growing at all. I tried to cover up some of the sunlight. Maybe they grow better when it's dark. But no, I don't know what's going on here. Let me remove this. Maybe this wasn't the right thing to do. I don't know. I remember them growing a little bit faster. It's probably either a vanilla change that I'm unaware of or a modded change. That they either grow slower or not at all. Anyway, let's do this. Oh, I guess my living rock must have despawned or something. I'm not sure what that's all about. Anyway. Alright, cool. So we got a rune of summer. Right. Cool. It spit something back at me too. At least that's what it looked like. Oh, the rune of earth and the rune of air. Why did I get those back? Oh, I guess maybe you get them back when you craft. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, so now we got that one. Next is the rune of fire. So this one shouldn't be too difficult. I didn't want to use the one and only nether wart that I had. I wanted to at least grow it into a few more, but yeah. Anyway, now that we know the process, I'll go ahead and do this off camera, and I'll get 2 fire runes, and then we will make a gourmet flower. Alright, it looks like the nether wart wasn't growing because I was just impatient, and actually the watering can help these grow a little bit faster. But anyway, so let's do this. Alright, we got 2 fire runes, which is great, and I already put everything else in here that we need, so all we need is the fire rune and some seeds. Alright, so now we have the gourmet flower. Alright, so next, we need to kind of set this up over here. I'm going to have to move my mana pool and the mana spreader, so let's take the mana tablet and tell it to give to mana tablet. Let's go ahead and get rid of mana spreader because we don't need it right now. We'll toss that in there, and we'll let all the mana get absorbed, right? And that way we can break the mana pool without getting rid of our mana. And then once we have it set up over here, we can, of course, put the mana that's in the tablet back into the pool. So we'll also need, what I want to do here is see how we have this toast. I want it to evenly split the toast between going into the culinary generator and going into a system that puts it into the gourmet flower. So the best way to do that I know of is to make item conduits, because they have a round robin mode that you can set it to. So item conduits are going to require pulsating iron nuggets, which requires pulsating iron ingots, which requires, let's see, ender pearl iron ingot. So I guess I don't have any iron, or I don't have any ender pearls right now. I suppose what I could do is go hunting for them at nighttime to at least get one. We should only need the one. to get a few item conduits going here. And of course, binder, composite, clay, sand, all that is pretty easy to get. I don't really know of any other easier way to do this beside item conduits, so looks like I'm going to have to do that. But then once I do, of course, we can round robin it, and I'll also have to make a dispenser, and I think I'm also going to want a RF tools timer. Yeah, RF tools timer, so we can make a clock, and this, which is just gold nuggets and andesites, or stone, or any of these things. So yeah, I'm going to make that, and we'll come back and put this thing together. Should be pretty cool. Alright, turns out I already had some pulsating iron. I guess I had found it in a village chest or somewhere. Anyway, and the leftover binder conduit from when I made these energy conduits. Anyway, so I already placed down the two here. We want this to be insert. We do want this to be extract, and we want it to be round robin enabled. So it should pull the toast out of here. And let's go ahead and set this to another output slot. Actually, maybe we should just disable this. That way the only output that it can come out of is here. And this doesn't have configurable input or outputs. So hopefully that should be fine. I think it is. I think that was an example of toast being put back into it. So that should be okay. Next, we want to set this to go inside of a dispenser. Or not a dispenser, but a dropper. Now there is the open crate, but the testing that I did, the open crate didn't work nearly as well, so we're just going to have this go into a dropper, and hopefully I'll be able to put this directly into the dropper like so. Actually, let's move this up by one, so like that. Okay, looks good. And then this is also going to be insert, so it should actually, once I set this to always active, it should just go directly into it. That could cause the system to start running out of resources because it's going to attempt to fill this entire thing up with bread, or toast rather. So yeah, we'll probably have to sit here and watch it for a little bit. Anyway, let me sleep real quick. Alright, so now we want to take our gourmet flour and throw that right underneath this. And then, now just to get things going, I'm just going to have the one gourmet flour here. I'll probably expand it later if we need to. But I'm going to go ahead and just put this mana spreader right there and the mana pool right there. So super simple. Let's go ahead and make sure everything's connected to each other. This connects to that. This connects to that. We're good. I'm also going to tell this to take and throw that down and let that fill back up with the mana that I have. All right, so everything is looking pretty good. So the only thing is that we need to make sure that, as I said earlier, I guess we can just use sand. We need to make sure that this isn't firing too quickly, so we're not wasting any bread. It's all getting converted directly to mana. So set this timer down, and we're going to set this for like 800 ticks, which is what, like 100 or like almost 2 minutes, close to 2 minutes, but not quite, or something like that. And yeah, and the testing that I did, this is enough for the flour to not waste any of the bread that it is getting. I also tested throwing in like toast and other forms of food, and I think it works the same way that the culinary generator does. The more complex that the recipe is to craft the final food item, the more mana that you get. I think that's how that works. Hopefully this will work. Yeah, if I break that. So we'll just have this kind of floating in air, but whatever, it's okay. So yeah, I guess all that's left to do is to set this to always active. So yeah, it's all going there. So even though this is set to round robin mode, so it should give, you know, one here, then one there. Because there's nothing in here, it's all going to go here first. So that's filling up. And then if we wait just a little bit, we should see the timer will go off. It'll send a pulse to the dropper, and the dropper will drop toast. Let's back up so we can watch that in action. So there it was. You can audibly hear that the gourmet flower is eating. And then if we look at it with the wand, you can see that little yellow progress bar. That's how much mana it has. And apparently it wasn't connected to this, but now it is. So yeah. And then once it's completely empty, by the time it's completely empty, we should drop another piece. So let's just kind of watch this for a little bit. All right, there was our next piece. And I right click this, you can see it's going very quickly. I might actually want to turn the timer down a little bit because, yeah, it looks like we have over 500 ticks left. And this is getting rid of its mana much faster than that. But yeah, I'm going to watch this for a little bit and maybe do some tweaks, and we will come back in a little bit and see how this is doing. Alright, it's been maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and everything's running smoothly. I set the delay down to 200. I guess I had overestimated originally how long it would actually take for this to transfer all of its mana. But 200 ticks seems to be working just fine, and this has gone up by at least an eighth in that 15 or 20 minutes, which is pretty good mana production, honestly. This is already filled up. This filled up really quickly. And we still have all of these backed up over here. So yeah, it's pretty good setup, I feel. There's, especially being powered by just this one wheat farm, it's generating all of this power and also generating our mana for us. So yeah, that's pretty cool that we are squeezing so much out of so little. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I'm pleased with what we've accomplished today. And I guess next we will probably be looking to get a little bit deeper into Botania. Maybe do a little bit of tech stuff too, if if we have the time in the next one. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. F1 is not F5, by the way.